Hi, today is Sunday, March 8th, and it is an amazing day. And I wanted to share with you. This is Fiona from Bouncing Back, and I wanted to share with you something uh, that is amazing. Um, for the last 3 years, I've been, well, longer than that, but especially for the last 3 years, I've been struggling to get better. And my voice I've been losing my voice. It's been getting hoarser and hoarser and hoarser. And I keep going through major releasing of toxic situations, people. I've been upgrading and raising my frequency levels so that it's time to let go of a lot of the past. And I think it's happening for a lot of people. I know it's happening for a lot of people. Um, if you can be aware of it and allow it to happen. Um, and so yesterday was one of those days I went through. I had so many amazing, beautiful people come into my life. Gifts were coming in of all kinds, shapes, and sizes, and just people doing beautiful things for me. And then got involved with helping a little puppy that needed to find a home that was going to be euthanized. It was in Texas, and I don't know, I got drawn to it. And all these amazing people came forward to help me. I mean, it just like doors just kept flying open. I had one woman reach out to me and say, I'll foster him. And she was in Florida. I had another one get a hold of me from California and say, I'll take him and, get him a home. And then I had others that said, I do rescue work. I usually rescue for a different breed, but I'll help, and if necessary, I'll go get him out of the shelter in time so he doesn't get you. I mean, it was just the amount of people helping were just beautiful. And I found out this morning he was already adopted. So he's got a forever home. But I'm so grateful for all the people that came forward to help and all the people that came forward to offer, help. It's just what a community. And I am so honored and so grateful to be a part of all of you and know you and call you friends because boy, when shit hits the fan, you all stepped up, and I just it's amazing. So anyway, I just want to share with you how amazing this is to me. Is I went through all this, and then I had like a little. It was kind of a fun discussion with a friend that you know he he was concerned about some things going on in the world and how it's affecting the people he loves, and you know trying to put light on the situation. And I totally get it, totally understand it. I mean, I totally agree, you have to put light on something to see it in order to release it, but at the same time also, um, in order to release it and do it healthily and to help globally, um, if you can raise frequency and you can help the planet. And I was trying to explain that the more energy that he put you know, into the subject itself, and the pain of it, and the fact that people weren't paying attention, and how frustrating that was the more of that he was going to get, rather than um, having a solution to the problem. And if he could, oh my goodness, this little guy is being a little funny duddy. And if you could, seriously, if you could put more energy into how to heal the situation, or what would be the best solution to help the friend, or how to make it better rather than to commiserate in how difficult it was, would be just so much better. But the promotion, oh my goodness, this one is being big time trouble. Anyway, so I was trying to get that message across, but we were just having communication issues. He wasn't really hearing what I was trying to say, and I wasn't seeming to be able to get it across. And I've noticed actually in the last couple of days, it's been like that. It's like either people completely get me or they don't get me at all. So, and it's funny that you would have before I haven't evolved as much as I have. That would have bothered me. That would have upset me. I would have taken it personally. And it's like, not at all. It just sort of, I watched it. And I watched it flow by, and I thought, okay. And we did just agree, to disagree. We agreed that that it's okay to disagree on, or we have different opinions, and that's okay. It didn't affect our relationship in any way. So, and I totally respect this person, absolutely, and love this person. So it was interesting, though, because I've had so many extremes of different. I've had things like that, and then I had somebody who I've known for a long, long time, who has always been extremely supportive through some very difficult times I've been through, but has been fanatical about. I don't want to get into what it was about because I don't want it to be a focus on that, and then everybody will start throwing their opinions in about that. And that's not the point. So he was very fanatical about something in particular that was happening, and he kept sending me more and more information about it. And it was all fear-based, and it was news clippings and this and that. And I finally said to him, I don't do this. I don't go there. I don't watch the news. I don't go into the fear-based. I don't believe it. And that's my opinion, right? It doesn't mean it has to be yours, but it's my opinion. And I asked him to just please stop sending me all this stuff, because I just don't want to do this. This is not where my realm is. My soul knows what I need to follow. I'm doing absolutely great. I know exactly where I need to be when I'm doing what I need to do. And I'm helping the universe and the world in other ways. So I don't feel like I'm not helping. I am. But please don't send me anymore. And, I said it all with love. And he turned around and was pretty darn nasty. It was pretty ugly, actually. And I just was kind of like, whoa. It was almost like getting cold water thrown on you. But I also, at the same time, was also aware that I watched myself. And I was like, I'm not hurt. I'm not upset. This isn't personally about me. But it's also time, I think, to let this person go, because the whole illusion that I've always had of how wonderful this person has been to me and for me has literally been an illusion, because until there was not a meeting of the minds, it was, rather than let me just accept you for who you are and let me love you for who you are and let me respect that you have a different opinion than I do, which is where I come from, get in the way of where I'm going now, because I am, I'm on a mission. I have a plan. I have a direction. I know exactly where I'm going and what I need to do. And so I can't let something or someone like that muddle in the way, because it's like it doesn't That's not helping me in any way, and I can't help them. They put it that way. They are in a place where they are going to be where they're going to be, and I respect them for being there, but I'm also not going to sit here and take, mud thrown in my face like that. And that wasn't from love. And that wasn't about love. I'm not slamming the door shut. The door is always open because he may change, he may grow, he may, things always change. But for now, that door is not slammed shut, but is not available. Let's put it that way. And I know what's best for me, and that's what's best for me. So after I decided that, I was laying in bed, and it was fairly late, but sleep was just sort of eluding me, and I get a little WhatsApp message from my dearest spirit sister. She's my heart and soul, who I love. We are so connected, and she's in France. And she's like, I'm gonna make sure I can talk to you today somehow. And I said to her, can you maybe talk for a few minutes now? And she waited, and then she said, yeah, I can. I'll call you. And I stayed awake. Of course, my body kept me awake because I needed to talk to her. And it was like Spirit knew that was the one person I could connect to, and I needed to connect to because she would understand everything that I was going through and how actually amazing it was. And I wanted to share that with her. And so she called, and we had a little chat. And she was like, oh, I know. She goes, I know exactly what you're going through because we're so connected. I can feel you. I feel your energy. I'm going through all the same things. I'm having to cut loose, and I just don't have time for the energy of those that are carrying energy that's not going to be anything assisting in my life right now. And so I'm just having to sort of, it's like you don't have to necessarily completely cut ties with people, but you have to put them aside. And maybe they'll grow and change, and maybe they won't. Maybe they'll come back to you, maybe they won't. It's not up to you, but you do have to make a choice on what you're going to allow in and what you're not. And so she's been doing that. I'm doing this. And anyway, we had a great little chat. And then I was able to, then I said goodnight and I went to sleep. And I just know this is more of my journey to heal. And it's a huge part of it because I've had so many physical ailments, but I know as I'm healing all this internal stuff and spiritual stuff and past life and all of it, I'm physically getting better. And lo and behold, I wake up this morning and my voice is starting to come back. I mean, my voice is better than it's been in years. I still have a little bit of there's still a little block in there, still a little bit of rasp, but in about a week or so, I go see my doctor. I can't wait to see him because he noticed my voice right off and had me do an ultrasound because of it. And I can't wait for him to hear my voice because he's going to say, what the heck happened? How the heck did you do this? And I'll say, it's all the work. It's all the work I'm doing. It's all the releasing I'm doing. It's all everything I'm going through. It's all working. Oh my goodness, little trouble man. So I just want you to know and get this, that it does make such a huge difference. Because physically, it's proof. I mean, it's like my voice has literally changed. If you go back and look at my first YouTubes, you can hear it that I was a lot more raspy, and I'm going to get clearer and clearer because I'm going to be speaking live eventually on stages and sharing my story because that's from the book, that's from all of this. So I just was so excited to jump on and share this with you because I'm just feeling this high today, of like, wow, I took another huge leap. And I want you to know how much we can all do this. This is real. You can get better. You can heal yourself. You have to be willing to look at all of your stuff. You have to be willing to go into all the crevices, all the corners, all the shadows. Pull out all the old clothes. Try it all back on. See if it fits. And get rid of it if it doesn't. Release it. Let it go. Pass it on. Give it away. Share it. Whatever you need to do. And move forward. Because life is freaking amazing. I mean, this journey is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And like my animals are so connected to me and so bonded to me. We just get more and closer, and our communication is deeper, and I get more and more messages that I need to know to teach me and to learn to evolve. And it's like my heart is just so wide open. And I also am trying to show you too that, life happens. I had a lot of struggles yesterday, as well as a lot of wonderful things. It was a balance. It was like I had this scale, and it'd be like this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. So it was like, it was okay. It all flowed in and out and passed, and I'd watch it happening. And the scale kept balancing itself out. Something harsh happened and something really wonderful happened. And that's life. But it's how we accept it, how we see it, how we take it. And that's with everything and anything in life. And I know a lot of my very, very close friends don't watch TV at all. I don't watch much. I do like movies, and I like watching singing and dancing. Singing and dancing touches me. I love those things. And animal things. Animal stories, that's a given. And I love true stories of courage. Even if it means it's somebody that, falls down a cliff and has their leg cut off and has to find their way back to their life. Even if it's a very difficult situation or involves life and death, I really enjoy those kind of stories too, because they show people's courage. And those touch me. So there are those things. But other than that, I don't watch mainstream stuff. I don't watch news. To me, news is basically, it's fed to you, somebody else's story. It's fed to you, and it's whatever they want you to believe. And they can be. That's a whole nother issue. So, but I also think it's everybody's choice. I think a lot of the stuff, though, that's on the television nowadays just messes with you, and messes with your frequency, and messes with your joy and your happiness, because it's all this mythology and lies sort of muddled together into, whether it's a commercial on something to make you think that that's the way life should be, or some story that's like so far off that makes you think that, it's like so far off in dreamland. Unless you can actually look at it as the dream it is. If you can, then you're fine. And I think some people are so evolved that they can turn it on and watch something like that, and it doesn't affect them at all. Everybody is different. So I think for everything in life, it's got to be individual choices, and we have to respect each other. We have to respect each other for our individual choices and support support each other, um, but not push it down each other's throats at the same time and not expect everybody to be the same. It's like when this happened with my dear friend, the reaction I got from him, I immediately thought, this is why we have wars. This is why we have so much, because there's no tolerance. There's no tolerance for somebody else thinking something different. I also saw something on Facebook yesterday that, and it was sad, because, and it, believe me, it was not something I wanted to see, and it was not something that I liked the visual of or liked even the thought of. But I didn't have to jump in and say, well, that's wrong, because that would be my opinion. And I'm not going to sit here and say, in my opinion, I think it's right, because in my world, I didn't care for it. But it's not up to me to turn around and say, that's awful, you know. And what it was some guy, I don't know, I believe he was from China. He must have been from China. And he was showing himself, now please don't get sick over this, but it was either a rat or a mouse, and he was trying to bite off the head to eat it. And it was, okay, yeah, like that's turning my stomach just thinking about it. But the posts that I saw, I don't know why this guy put it up in the first place, but then the posts that other people were marking, I mean, it was awful. I saw one that said, I wish they'd go and kill everybody in China. And I thought, why does everybody in China take on the responsibility of this one person showing this? How are we such a culture that we're now going to turn around and say all those people should be dead because of that? I mean, that's why we all suffer so. That's why we have war, we have battlement, we have so much hatred in this world because we have no tolerance or acceptance that things are different for different people in different places. I'm not going to kid you and say, I understand it. No thanks, but I wasn't raised that way. And I'm grateful I wasn't. But, that remark, and then there were several others that were just like, it was just all negative. And it was like, who do you think you are to comment like that? I mean, let's be real, and let's be, that, I mean, it was so harmful and so sad to me. And now I won't say sad on a deep level. I didn't take it deeply inside myself. I didn't take it personally again. And I moved on from it. But I saw it for what it was, and it was disheartening to see that. And this is where we need to really start looking deeply within ourselves and start changing. Because if you go back to, we're truly loving spirits, and we've all had past life experiences. We've all probably done horrible things somewhere along in our lives. We've probably been in situations where we've had to. Or that's just the way our lives evolve. And, we'd probably be pretty horrified if we were allowed the visions to be able to see what we've done in other lifetimes. It's probably why we're not allowed to see them, so that we don't get absolutely blown away by, because in our human experience, it's hard to relate to something like that. Anyway, I just want to say, let's try to have a little more tolerance for each other. Try to have a little more tolerance for differences of opinions. If you really don't like something, stop looking at it. Put your attention somewhere else. And put your attention on something that you can do something about, that you can do something positive for, that you can, either help the universe or help someone else or, do something good. Anyway, that's my message for today. And my message for today is look at the healing that's happening. Listen to the healing that's happening. And you can do this too. This can be you too. This can be your life. I am so excited by this, and I'm so excited to share this. So I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for listening. And I'll be talking to you soon. And I can't wait to tell you what my doctor says, because this is going to blow his mind. And I can't wait to see his face. It's so exciting. Okay. Lots of love and happy Sunday. Bye.